There are many things that we can do to actually avoid the pitfalls of negative thinking. And one of them is focusing on something that is positive. Now, how do you think positive? So I'm in my car right now filming my first video, and I just want to do this because if I don't start somewhere, I'll never start. So for those who don't know me, my name is Carmen, and I love talking about things that really matter to me. Lately, I've been thinking a lot about what people do to get out of their negative thinking. And most of the time, I've realized that they don't do anything. Sadly, depression, sadness, anxiety, and a lot of stress has been overwhelming everybody around the world. Really got people into their heads, overthinking, and really got them into a state of mind that somehow they're unable to get out of. Some people manage to find something to occupy their mind with. I was thinking about what is the number one thing that can help us on a day-to-day basis, and that's positive thinking. I know there's a lot of things out there that actually teach us how not to think negatively or not to have this toxic positivity. But at the end of the day, nobody can control our mind. If we choose to do something, it's our decision. If we choose not to do something, that's also our decision. There are many things that we can do to actually avoid the pitfalls of negative thinking. And one of them is focusing on something that is positive. Now, how do you think positive? Throughout the years, I've managed to teach myself how to think positively. For those who know me, know that I'm a very positive person in general, but I'm not fake. I'm not your fake positive, like, oh my goodness, everything is amazing. No, things are not as amazing as they seem, but I can make the worst situation turn into something positive because of the way I've trained my mind. One way that I've trained my mind to think positively is by being grateful. You've heard this over and over, and if you haven't, you have to start now. Every single time you think about something negative, you have to absolutely think about something you're grateful for. Now, is one thing you're grateful for enough? Unfortunately not, because at the end of the day, we absolutely need to understand that negative thoughts are easy. They come easy, and positive thoughts are really hard.
I'm sorry, it's reality.
So for every negative thought that I have, for example, I'm not good enough. I'm pretty sure everybody has thought that in their life, at least once, if not on a day-to-day basis. I'm not good enough. What do? Then I start thinking, what are my qualities? Well, in general, I'm very kind. I do my best to help others. And
I absolutely love
the way my mind works. The things we do when we're grateful is we reprogram our mind to go from one side of the brain to another side of the brain, because now we're using our imagination. And when we're using our imagination, what happens automatically is that it shifts
that little pendulum.
Think positively. It's really hard to say, oh, just snap your fingers and think positively. What a fake thing people do. Oh, you just have to think positively and then everything's gonna work out. Like, that's how life works. That's not how life works. Life is hard. And to do the positive thing, it's hard. To do the right thing is hard. If anybody tells you otherwise,
oh, things should be easy, then
I'm sorry, I don't think they're as happy as they should be. Or if they are, now, let me think about it for a minute. If somebody is happy and saying that things are easy, it's because they've worked at it. They put in the effort. It's become a habit. It's become comfortable to do the right thing. That's why it's become easy. But in the beginning, nothing right is easy. Nothing right is easy.
Does that make sense? Nothing right is easy.
But eventually, with time, it becomes easy. What drives me crazy is basically when people say that there's an adaptation period, a transition period. Like, why can't people go from left to right? Because there's that middle.
You know that middle? You go from right to left, left to right, whatever it is.
But at the end of the day, humans need to adapt. But it's not even a need. It's a natural human basic function. The way we need to
Eat, we need to drink, we need to sleep.
We need to adapt. Adapting just happens only when you put in consistent effort.
Only when you put in consistent effort.
So, every time you have a negative thought, if you could just allow yourself to state 3 things you're grateful for, I promise you life is going to be so much better. Now, it might happen at the beginning that you have 100 negative thoughts, so you have to do it 300 times. Okay, I'm exaggerating, but you know what I mean. It depends on you. I don't know how your brain functions. I don't know what you're doing for it. But there are tricks. We can only control so much. And the only thing we can control is not our circumstances, but it's our reaction to our circumstances. What do I do to be positive? Well, there's things I try to control. For example, I try to control my sleep. I try to sleep at a certain time and wake up at a certain time. I love to wake up at the same time every day. Now my body's just used to it. I wake up between 6:15. If I need to wake up earlier, well, I have to put a few alarms. But that's where I've gotten to work at it. It took time. That's how beautiful our biology is. We just adapt. That's how we are as humans. So 1 is I make sure I get enough sleep, because I've realized that when I have less sleep, I think more negatively. It affects my mood in a negative way. When I'm rested, when my body's rested, my brain tends to function properly. So sleep. 2, I take vitamins. I know a lot of people
We're like, no, I'm not going to take supplements and vitamins. Well, guess what? We lack vitamins and supplements.
Now, you could have a very well-balanced diet and exercise, which is very important. Please don't eat junk food all day. But if you don't take your vitamins and your supplements, you might be lacking. So I'm not going to talk about vitamins and supplements. I'll keep that for another time, another video. But I do take my vitamins and my supplements very regularly. If I skip a day or 2, I just start over again. It's not a big deal. But I take my vitamins because I know they affect my mood. If my mood is affected, it affects my thoughts. If my thoughts are affected, it affects my day. It's math, right? And lastly, so we talked about sleep, we talked about vitamins, and lastly is your association. Who are you hanging out with? Are these people good for you? Are they draining you? Are they positive? Do they care about you? Do you care about them? Obviously, if you want good association, you also need to be a good person. You want good friends, you gotta be a good friend first. I have so much content coming up soon, so many ideas. I can't wait to share with you. This is just the first video. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I really want to make this work. But at the end of the day, I'm here for you. If you have any questions, let me know. Support me by liking, by commenting, by sharing, and by telling all your friends and family. I just want to share positivity. That is my goal. I want to be able to help those who need the help. I am send you your research. Don't take everything I say concretely. Just take it with a grain of salt. I appreciate you listening. I hope you have an amazing day and stay positive. You got this.